tomorrow being a mandatory day off, what did you think of the NCAA's decision? And with all that's going on in the world these days, did you find yourself more civically engaged this year than ever?
Yeah, I did find myself more civically engaged. I actually voted early this year. I think the NCAA did a great job by giving players the opportunity to vote, even if they haven't before, or even if they did before. They gave us this opportunity to use our rights to vote this year. I think it's important for everybody to vote.
What about the world around us made you more engaged this time around?
You know, there's been a lot of racial tension, especially this year. I mean, it's always been around, but just lately it's been wild. So I think everybody has to use this opportunity to make the right decisions and go out there and help, you know, in policies.
Thank you.
All right, let's go over to Ross Martin.
Hey, Tomon. I was just wondering, you know, as a leader of the team, what was it like on Sunday and today in practice, given the loss on Saturday to Virginia?
You know, our guys was very disappointed, especially on the defensive side. We're disappointed with the way we played on Saturday. But, you know, we take one thing one day at a time. And after a game, whether we win or lose, we just forget about the next day and get focused on our next opponent.
And then in your opinion, you know, what do you think the issue was or issue is with the run defense? You're on the defensive line, linebacker position. Like, what's going wrong? How can you fix it? And what have you seen on tape that really stood out from the loss?
I think our defense as a whole just has to be more consistent from a week-to-week basis. We have a good plan. We have good enough players, you know. We just have to go out there and execute, you know. In order to be a great defense, we have to get better each week. We can't have these up and downs like a roller coaster. We just got to keep getting better each week. So I think guys have to focus each week as it comes by and just make sure they execute.
What do you think you didn't execute in terms of the defense and run defense?
I think it's just the little things, you know, like back to the fundamentals. Make sure you're using your hands. Make sure you stay in the right gaps. It wasn't big things like busted assignments for the run game, but it's just the little things like technique wise that make a big difference in the run game.
Cool. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Okay, next up is Andrew Jones.
Hey, Tomon, staying on that, when you guys are on the field and the other team is starting to generate a drive, do you sense something different maybe in the spirit among the defense or something that kind of contributes to the other team's success that's other than just basic football assignments and that kind of thing?
You know, like when a team does start beginning to drive, it gets a little emotional out there, but you know, you just got to stop them as fast as you can. And that's the thing, you got to try not to get too emotional. You got to stick to what we know and what we do best, and that's how you better stop people.
Back in the day when teams huddled, it gave leaders in the field a little bit more of an opportunity to kind of regroup out there. But you guys the ball's being snapped so quickly. How much more of that is a challenge for you as one of the older guys to kind of maybe say something to get everybody on the same page to when you're in the midst of one of the drives that the other team has?
Yeah, with these Temple teams, it just brings out like multiple leaders on defense. You know, like we have one guy who talk to D-line, one guy who talk to linebacker, one guy who talk to DBs. So this has to be brings out multiple leaders throughout the whole defense, and just being one guy trying to talk to everybody.
Because you're the oldest guy out there and you played the most snaps, how challenging is it for you in that situation where maybe you're only one guy talking and maybe you should be the guy everybody hears?
Yeah, you know, you wish you could talk to everybody throughout the whole defense before a play happens, but sometimes you don't have the opportunity. You have to expect other people to step up, you know what I'm saying, into a leadership role.
Cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dina King, go ahead.
Hey, Tomon, I was just wondering what concerns you about Duke this week.
You know, this is good players. We know they're gonna come out hot just because it's a rivalry, you know, just like NC State did. But we just have to, like I said, we got to stay to ourselves, stay true to what we do, and we'll be okay.
Thank you.
All right, CL Brown, go ahead.
Hey, Tomon, you mentioned you felt like you guys need to be more consistent. What is the challenge like in terms of the continuity on defense? Because it seems like there's always somebody either new starting in the lineup where it seems like continuity might be a problem right now.
Yeah, with that, like with a bunch of new people coming in, they just have to know that they had to step into a bigger role and fill in for the guy that was in before him. But we keep them like throughout the week. It's really important that throughout the week during practice, they just get up to speed, they get to know what we're doing, and then we just bring them along during the game. Like everybody, once they step on the field, they should be ready. Like we don't expect nobody to be a step behind when they're on the field.
All right. And what's the morale like for the defensive unit right now? After a game on paper, looking at Virginia, it seemed like that was a game you guys would win. So what was the tone like kind of for you guys today?
You know, we was extremely disappointed with ourselves. We know that's not us as a defense. That's not us as individual players. We know that we're a lot better than that. And we've shown that we're a lot better than that. So we just got to make sure each week we come to play.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll close out with Tomon from Markarmstrong. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, hey, Tomon, apologize. My kids are working on either side of me too here if you hear other voices. But there's been a pretty stark difference in how you guys look on the road versus at home, even in the absence of fans. Can you put your finger on what that is, aside from the opposition or what's going on there?
I think it's on the road. We just got to be more focused as a team, you know, as a whole. We got to be able to get ready to go into somebody else's house and beat them in their own place. So that's all it is.